What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, and back for the first time in quite a while with a Subhumans reaction. And in that regard, I just have one question for myself, essentially. How? Or perhaps better, why? What I mean by that is, we're going to listen to a tune from their EP LP, and to explain that, their first album proper is The Day the Country Died, seen here in big form and here in smaller form. A couple years later, in '83, they put out an EP LP, which is to say an LP-length release comprised of 4 EPs they had done by that point, and that is seen here and here. And my favorite track, even though I love pretty much the whole release, is probably Not Me. So the fact that I've done about a dozen Subhumans reactions and none of them are Not Me is just mind-boggling to me. But I'm here to set that right and to account for the oversight. And yeah, Not Me, I think it speaks not only to the typical Sonic atmosphere, a lot of their tunes are fast and very intense, early 80s hardcore. They do have some others that are in the ska sort of dub mode, or at least partially in that vein. Like Human Error is a good example. It starts in a dub sort of ska mode, and then by the end it breaks free into a wicked hardcore track. But a lot of their tunes are fast, they're driving, and they have that early 80s almost gutter punk style, and this one is very much in that vein. And the phrase "Not Me" refers to an answer to a number of rhetorical questions. And it begins by saying, who wants to fight, meaning in wars and, going off thousands of miles away to kill people who themselves are largely the pawns of other political systems? Not me. Who thinks it's right? Not me. Who thinks this is fun? Not me. Who wants to carry a gun? Not me. And it makes the point that, this is early 80s, so the threat of nuclear global annihilation is certainly very much becoming a prominent thing, and fast forward about 40 years and it feels like we're not far away from that. So it makes the point that, you talk about bunkers. Well, there's not a bunker big enough for the human race. We're all at danger, or we're all in danger because of these forces and these people who are committed to this mode of violence and death constantly. And so by the end, it turns the idea of fighting into, well, I don't want to fight in the way they're talking about. I want to fight against any system that treats human life and the Earth's viability with that low regard. So it becomes more about fighting the system, not about fighting with guns and fighting other people. So it's a tune that I enjoyed lyrically and sonically when I first heard it. It remains one of my favorite Subhumans songs. Let's hear it. This is the Subhumans. The track is Not Me, and it's the final proper track. I think there is like a little bonus joke track after this, but it's the last track on their 1983 EP LP. I'm trying to remember what the last... How long is this last little joke track? Because I feel like the end of the track almost gets a little cut off there. Oh, that's weird. I'm so confused. Well, it says the last track is like 1:17. Hold on. Okay, so yeah, it does cut off the end just a tiny bit there. But it doesn't list a 19th track on here, so I think it might be might be a version of their track No, which is on The Day the Country Died, so I'll look into that and I'll figure out why there's a discrepancy with what is listed here with what is actually on the CD. But as I said, this was from 1983. It says that the Evolution EP, which is what this one is from, or Not Me is from, was recorded at Southern Studios on the 29th of January 1983, released in May of 83, produced by the Subhumans, cover art Nick Lant, and the engineer was John Loader. So yeah, as I said, it's typical Subhumans, both lyrically and sonically. If you've ever seen them, Dick Lucas is just a fireball of righteous energy, and I feel like that comes across in this track. And again, I saw them, I suppose, like 25 years after this, because I think it was like '07, maybe '08. So yeah, about 24 years or so after this, and they played it, and I got excited for many tunes at that show, which is at the Showcase in Corona. I've talked about this before, a venue that has since been demolished and does not exist anymore, and to the disappointment of many folks who saw good shows there. But yeah, I remember when this one started, I got really excited and was like, oh my god, they're gonna play Not Me. So yeah, as I said, it's perplexing, mind-boggling to me that when I started doing Subhumans reactions, which was at a time when I was doing pretty much just punk and techno, so it's not like I wouldn't have had the time, but for whatever reason, I jumped into some different tunes of theirs, and I know I did some live tracks from the Live in a Dive, which you see here, much maligned because of Luca, who is a very naughty kitty when it comes to attacking the music wall, but you do what you can. In any case, a great track. Let me know what you think of it, and I will see you next time. Peace.